The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of our Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. So back in 2020, I went to this little store called Box Lunch. And if you don't know what Box Lunch is, it basically is a pop culture merchandise shop similar to Hot Topic and Iconography, which is black owned. I will have the link to that shop down below. Or also harriyannahook.com. I went into the store to get some things for me and my older sister, and basically it's like anytime you go into a store like this, it's just nerds surrounded by nerds, and you're often going to sit there and have a conversation with the people that are working there. And they learned that as a tactic, that if they actually hire nerds to work in these places, people are more likely to buy the things if they see the people that are working there know about it. So I was talking and I was, walking around, looking around, and I saw that they had like a section in the store that was full of these Disney Loungefly purses. And if you don't know what Loungefly is, basically they are a company that just makes a lot of accessories, and they are very much well known for making purses and book bags and bags in general that are, inspired by things of pop culture. I have numerous Loungefly bags, and if you guys met me before, you've seen me carry around a Gretzko bag. That's a Loungefly bag. So when I was looking, they told me that I could only get one and I couldn't buy like numerous different bags. And I asked why, and they told me that people would constantly like come into the store and then buy up all the Disney merchandise that they have, and then resell it on the internet damn near 3 times the price of what it originally was in the store. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I have never heard of this. And I am someone who has bought second-hand items numerous times, but usually it's for something that's no longer being sold from years ago. Like, I thrift a lot of comic books and mangas, and also from Y2K fashion brands that no longer produce stuff, or they don't produce the same stuff, like, Coogee and Apple Bottom. But baby, this is not thrifting. This is scamming. Y'all already know the drill. A quick little shameless plug. For 24 days straight, the whole month, you have this cute little 35% off coupon, Hotspot30, that you guys could use on harriyannahook.com. Everything this entire month is 35% off when you use this code. Link will be down below. Now let's continue on with the show. One thing about me is that I love me a good scam. I love watching documentaries and videos about scams, okay? We all love us a good scam when we are not involved with it. Because when I got involved with that scam with that one bitch from earlier this year that scammed me and my friends, that was not funny. Like, I look back on it and I laugh now, and I know people found it entertaining, but we don't like scams when we're caught up in them. Yeah, and I know that person still be lurking too. Like, yeah, if you're watching this. But when I found out about this Disney merchandise scam from that day where I was shopping at Box Lunch, I decided to do some research on it, and y'all, it went from worse to worser. And I just want to sit here and just tell y'all, because wait. And I'm also going to sit here and tell you guys why I personally think it's wrong, and also what I think these people could do instead, which is a much, much better solution to this problem, because stop it. Like, y'all are smart enough to do something better than this. Y'all are just choosing not to. So before we get into it, you guys simply need like a basic understanding of what scalping is and why it is considered to be a kind of scam. Scalping. The activity of buying things such as theater tickets at a usual price and then selling them when they are difficult to get at higher prices. Selling tickets above face value, commonly called scalping, is prohibited by state law. Now, this is not to be confused with people who have things that they no longer want or have tickets for an event that they can no longer attend, and then they make a post online about them selling them and for about like the same price that they brought them for. So let's take like Disney merchandise for example. If somebody bought a pair of those Mickey Mouse ears that people always see all the time and they no longer want them, or they're selling them simply because they need the money and they're willing to resell them, things happen. You know, I get it. I have had to sell some of my things in the past because I needed money right there in that time, and I knew if I got rid of that, I would be able to have it. I completely understand situations like that. That is not scamming. That is just basically thrifting for the most part, okay? And same with people that bought tickets for Disney on Broadway. If they can no longer attend and sell the ticket to somebody for about the same price that they bought it for, or they just simply give it away, that's not scamming either. And it's pretty common for people to do this because things come up all the time in people's lives at the last minute. It happens. Like I said, I get it. I understand. I have given my tickets to people before because for things that I can just no longer attend. I get it. But you want to know what is scamming? Come on, come on. If you are buying a Disney product and you are reselling it on the internet for damn near 4 times the price that it was originally listed for, and I'm not even joking, this ain't just a Disney community problem, this is a nerd community problem too, especially y'all little anime people. I'm not even joking. People at cons be doing this too in the dealers den. That's why I be telling y'all that you cannot buy from everybody at cons. I be finding action figures for 3 times the price that they originally were when I looked it up too. And I kid you not, I can still go on the damn internet and find that same figure that that person had in the dealer's den and get it for the original price for not what they were selling there. Alright, people be scamming y'all, but they be thinking that people not smart enough to go look up stuff on the internet and get it for a cheaper price. So yeah. Like, it's no secret that many adults have a love for Disney, which that alone is not an issue. But many of them just kind of let this brand consume them so much to the point where it becomes a part of their personality, and they just start to do reckless shit like this. They be like, oh, I run my own Disney store. Patricia, you don't run your own Disney store. You literally got caught scalping at Disneyland Paris. And then your ass is reselling it online. Baby, don't call yourself a Disney store. Do not call yourself a small business owner if this is the shit you doing. And the most jarring thing about it is that it often happens with the merchandise that is in the Disney parks. Because a lot of the merchandise that is at the Disney parks, it is exclusively sold at the parks only, and every park has different kinds of merchandise, okay? So people will buy up everything that is at Disneyland Paris, for example, and then they'll resell it to an American audience for whatever the jacked up price they want, and they continue to get away with it because people are not about to go to France and get that one thing. Like, I understand that right there, that it's very much ghetto. And if you guys see a product at Disneyland Paris, there's another way to do that. It's called getting a personal shopper. But y'all don't want to think. I understand why people keep buying from these people too, because you'll find that product and you'll like it and you'll see the price is very much high, but you suck it up and buy it because that is the only way you'll be able to get it. Like, y'all be preying on people's vulnerability. What? When I tell you Disney adults are fed the fuck up with this, I mean they are fed the fuck up. I have found some message boards from some Disney stands and I was crying like reading this. I'm gonna show y'all, and then I'm also gonna show y'all some pictures that, like, y'all are getting caught taking these pictures of y'all scalping and you're still posting this shit online to resell it. Like, are y'all not ashamed? I still fail to understand the hysteria over park-specific collectibles, pins, etc. The only merch I have come home from with after Walt Disney trip is a t-shirt or two. Any complimentary item from our resort. I have quite a few Walt Disney World pins at this point. Are tiny pins really worth fighting over? Seriously, my favorite souvenirs of any trip are some pictures and a lot of great memories, both of which I do not stand in line and fight over people for. I will never go to the park to stand in line. That is more than 15 to 20 minutes to buy merch. But if that is APs want to do with their time, Unless Disney does these shop opportunities for those hundreds and thousands of miles away, the AP will do it for nothing less, exclusively in paying for the APs. I know the last Star Wars weekend, I overheard multiple people in 15-minute lines I was in saying that buying one all at once and extras of each to sell for their APs each year. It's not Disney's fault that you guys are crazy enough to feed a profitable aftermarket. I have had very little toleration for the Disney crazy anymore. After I saw an 80-ish-old woman refuse to call her a lady, physically shove my 5-year-old daughter out of the way so she could bull a china shop her way in front of the line for a special pin at Mary Poppins Practical Perfect Tea. She was stunned when I placed both my hands on her back and firmly shoved her away from my child and informed her that she would not be touching my child again. Get your hands off my kid. She puffed herself right big and unhanded me when I pointed to the security guard and said, "They have you shoving my kid on tape, and Disney doesn't take kindly to adults assaulting 5-year-olds at their resort. So shall we call security now?" I'm sure Disney would love to trespass you and take your AP. She put on her ignorant face, huffed, and walked away. And here is what is always talked about. Is Disney exclusively becoming a scalper haven? I was really looking forward to the Vera Wang earrings, especially with wedding coming up as soon in Disney. Unfortunately, they are all sold out. I checked eBay and it's being sold for $1,500 to $3,000. It is such a shame these people purchased it without a thought of ever appreciating or using it ever, only on fact of making money from it. This is not the first case and people generally don't speak about it. This is no better than creating a hype brand similar to Supreme or Yeezy shoes and the first started came out, and it created a culture of scalpers, bots, and resellers. Unfortunately, I don't live in the US, so I can't get into the parks to get myself a pair. Hopefully they restock them, but doubt seeing the other branded ears were sold out just once. Disney doesn't give a fuck about preventing this, so it will continue. It has been for a long time. And here is a little picture collage that I put together of people actually getting caught scalping and had people taking their pictures and everything. You are caught in 4K, baby, scamming. Are y'all not embarrassed? Are y'all not ashamed? I'm sorry. I know. No, baby, no. I would not want this to be my career where I just buy shit and just resell it for a higher price. Hell no. And because of this, I think it's time to go in for a commercial break. We will be back after these messages. Hi everyone, the captain here. I just wanted to get on here real quick and tell you guys thank you so much for your support. I have gotten so much fan art from you guys and I've met plenty of y'all in person at the conventions that I have been at. And also thank you guys so much for coming to the panels that I host. It means so much to me. You guys are so great. I appreciate every little last bit of support you guys give me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can say thank you 100 times, but I truly do mean it. Thank you. in this section of the video, why is it wrong? Oh, I'll tell you why it's wrong. I know somebody out here thinking that there's nothing wrong with this, but there is, and I'm gonna use you for an example. How would you feel if you created something and you put your whole foot into it to get it made, and it turns around and you see someone else bought it just to resell it for 3 times the price that you originally had? You low-key losing out on your own profit. I would be pissed too. And your reason why you should be pissed just as well, because baby, you got scammed. Somebody literally is making money off of your thing that you made. It's disrespectful as hell to resell something that someone worked for you to sell it. Like Nene Link said, that is so rude, that is so nasty. Y'all be having a nerve to tell people that they overreacting to shit like this, and no. Because it's beyond you basically cheating someone out of their own work. Y'all are making it more difficult for people who have to work at the Disneyland park. Y'all making their job harder than it already should be. I'm telling you, people who work in retail, y'all the backbone of the nation, because I could not deal with the shit y'all have to put up with. I would literally have cussed out a Karen and lost my job. I can't do it. Somebody's mama would have got cussed out by the captain. I can't do it. And like, if y'all want to make money off of Disney merchandise, there is another way you can do it, and that's called making your own stuff. Start your own fucking fan store, and like a real fan store, not you just reselling shit. Like, it literally is just that simple, and it ain't difficult if you're a creative person. And if you still want to make your own stuff, you can collab with other artists to help you make things. Like, there's a solution to this, okay? But y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't care about fashion and beauty and art overall. Y'all just want to make a quick buck. Y'all just want to make easy, fast money, and that's that. And I get it. I understand. Like, times are hard. People need to do what they have to do to put food on the table and make sure that their bills are paid. And what takes me out the most about this is that I found out that this is a lot of people's full-time job. They literally are... That's literally how they make their income. They literally go to the Disneyland parks. They literally buy almost all the fucking merchandise, or they'll get somebody to go in and buy it for them later. And then they'll constantly just be online selling it online for their shops to make that money. This is how a lot of people are making that bread. And like, y'all, not all money is good money. I understand you gotta have your bills paid, but can y'all have some mercy? Can we please have some mercy, please, at some point? Because reselling someone else's art is just no. It is just a big no-no, especially if you are reselling it. And like I said, it's one thing if you bought something for a while ago, you no longer want it, it's just taking the space, or you need money, and you sell it for about the same price that you got it for. That's one thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just thrifting and, you know, giving secondhand. But y'all literally are buying new shit simply for the fact so you can jack up the price high as hell and sell it to somebody else that they are not able to go to the parks and get this shit themselves, because one, you took it all, or two, they don't live in close proximity and they don't want to pay that damn price to get in the park to get it. Like, what? There's just certain shit that y'all don't do, y'all. Okay? Hi everyone, thank you for watching today's episode of Disney December. At the end of every episode of Disney December, I will be answering 3 of you guys' cosplay related questions, so let's go ahead and get into those. Ooh, actually, is there a cosplay fusion you like to do? Like Evie X the Cheetah Girls or Your Ex Catwoman? Yes, I actually have a lot of these like planned. Like, it's not even just like cosplay fusion. It's just like, what would this character look like if they did this? Because I have a cosplay coming up where it's like she goes to the beach, and that is it's mainly because I'm making the pieces myself, like with my store and whatnot. But it's basically gonna be like a she goes to the beach cosplay. That's gonna be super cute. I like to do characters in different situations because I plan to do a Natalie in a bunny suit cosplay. Like, y'all know how people do like the bunny suit cosplay. I really wanted to do Yor in the bunny suit. I really have been wanting to do cosplay fusion, more cosplay fusion stuff, because I actually did that on this Halloween when I went to Anime Week in Atlanta, where I did Kill Bill and Descendants, where I did Go-Go with the chain, y'all know, the swinging chain, and I did Audrey, where basically it wasn't really like a big fusion, but basically it's just like Audrey should have had a different choice of weapon, and I think it should have been the weapon from Kill Bill. Like, little things like that. I do want to do more like cosplay fusion type stuff, because that's like the stuff that I honestly have the most fun for, because I'm like, what would I do if this character did this? And I actually did do an Eevee as a cheerleader, because Eevee was never a cheerleader in Descendants, but I did do a cosplay like, oh, it was back in 2020, and I was like, what if Eevee was a cheerleader and she would look like this? That's kind of like where I really want to be. Like, what would this character wear if they were in this or that or the third? Like, just kind of like stuff like that. But I am open to doing that. Like, Eevee would be a perfect cheetah girl. Like, literally, that Eevee would love the Cheetah Girls movie. It's like, that's like on brand for her right there. But I do want to do more cosplay fusion stuff, because I have been wanting to do more Faye, like Faye Cowboy Bebop stuff, because I just adore her so much and she's just so fun to me. Like, I love her. A woman unhinged. Y'all will never make me hate Faye. Because I was thinking, I was like, what character would it work to do a fusion with Faye though? And I was like, how would I be able to fusion Faye in Descendants? And I was like, I think I would be able to find a way if I could do Miraculous in Descendants. Alright, because I already fusion a lot of stuff. I'm like, I can find a way to do it. And I gotta find a way to do it to make it look cute to my liking. Okay, next question is, what inspired you to start cosplay? I always say I've always been cosplaying. I just like to dress up. It's fun. Like, it's literally just harmless fun. It doesn't hurt anybody for the most part. I just like to play dress up, and like playing dress up is always like a thing that I've been doing. Like, I did cheerleading, I did dance, I did theater, I still act and whatnot, and all of those things are just playing pretend and playing dress up, because you have to dress up as something else when you're, like, you know, on camera. And I realized that I've always really liked dressing up, but I know I really did enjoy it was when I was working on Legacies, and basically, you know how the Salvatore school uniforms were. I love that, because I just thought the outfit was just so cute and just so fun, and I was like, oh, I get to cosplay on this show, but I'm actually on TV, so is it not really cosplay or whatnot? I just like playing dress up. It's fun, it's cute, it's harmless, it doesn't hurt anybody, it makes a lot of people happy, because I'm telling you, you ever be to a con and you just see so many people like freak out in excitement over a person's costume because they just like it so much. It just brings people together. It's nice, it's fun, it's innocent. Like, I just like it. It's fun. It's role play too, just as well. Like, I get to pretend like I'm somebody else for another day. Like, it's cute. And then the last question I will be answering, how do you cosplay as a character that's not your ethnicity? I'm gonna tell you, most of the characters I have cosplayed are not black. Don't let nobody sit here and tell you what character that you can and cannot cosplay, okay? That's, okay, if the thing about it is that anybody can cosplay as any character as long as their culture is, like, you know, not really important to their costume, I'd say. That's how I would go about it, because let's say, yeah, like I said, just if the culture is not really a part of their costume, you're fine. But also, this is another thing that I've seen when it comes to like white cosplayers wanting to cosplay as black characters. I noticed that they would like put on wigs, like afro wigs, or get braided wigs and things like that, and that is a no-go. Like, please don't do that. Please do not do that. Cosplay is an interpretation. Your hair don't look like that, you are not black. That just don't work like that. It is okay to just wear a regular straight wig, wear your regular straight hair, whatever, because I know I saw somebody were talking about doing that because they wanted to dress up as what character is it that has like an afro? Iridessa from the Disney fairies, like, you know, the Tinkerbell movies. And I was like, oh yeah, you can dress up as Iridessa as long as you don't darken your skin, do blackface, and throw on like an afro wig or whatnot. You're fine, because that's literally minstrelsy, okay? Like, people don't seem to understand that when white people be putting on afros and like wearing braided wigs and braided locks and all that to cosplay as black characters, baby, that's minstrelsy. You can't do that. That's like doing blackface. It's absolutely not okay. You can still dress up as that character, but when it comes to like the hair and darkening the skin, please don't do that, okay? When like I said, you can cosplay as any character you want. I always cosplay as characters that are not, like, you know, black. If their culture don't have shit to do with their costume, go ahead and do what the hell you do. But like I said, don't be over here altering your makeup, because I know there's one thing that a lot of cosplayers do, because you know how like a lot of Asian characters, like a lot of Asian people, not characters, these are people, a lot of Asian people do have like small eyes. I noticed that people would do their makeup a certain way to make their eyes look like them, and I'm like, y'all don't do that. That's offensive. Okay, there is like, you have to remember that there are boundaries when it comes to dressing up as a character that is not your race, because you have to keep in mind that is this character's outfit a part of their culture, and if it's no, then it's fine. If it's just regular clothing, go ahead and do so. But then you also have to keep in mind that you should not try to copy their features on your face, because that can come off as insensitive. Don't be over here trying to, like, you know, you can wear the straight wigs, like black people are allowed to wear straight wigs and whatnot, but I'm like, if a character has curly hair or whatnot, like, you know, an afro, and you are a white person, you know your hair don't look like that, don't do that, because like I said, it's very much similar to you walking out in blackface. It's very untasteful, I'd say that. Okay, I think that is the last one. Yeah, we're only doing 3. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Disney December, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.
Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay.